Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to read The Old Brown Horse. It is a poem written by W.F. Holmes. It is in the unit number 2 next to the chapter The Old Brown Horse. I am going to explain stanza wise, and you are advised to keep your book in front of you and read the poem according to the stanza. The poem tells the tale of an old brown horse who is now feeling lonely and retiring. He had seen better days when he was young. Now he has grown old. He stands near the fence and looks over as if exhausted and tired. He seems to be speaking to the people who pass by the field, and that he had had his day, and now he was just watching everyone go about doing his jobs, unconcerned about the horse's existence. No one seems to be bothered about the horse, for now they drive their motor cars and no longer need the services of a horse, more so if he is old, lame, half blind. Yes, basically it is a story of a horse which is now old and cannot perform the task according to the requirements of his masters. In other way, horse, we can say that it is a metaphor for our elderly people, our aged people in our society or in our homes, like our fathers and grandfathers and others who have spent their life in making our lives, but and now when they are in need of the company or appreciation or any kind of concern, but they are not given their right, and they are just alone in the homes, in their rooms and in their lives. So it is a kind of that story that it is also applied apply on the animal and on the human as well. So he is left to fend for himself. His coat appears untidy now, whereas once he was well taken care of by a master who was fond of him. Now that the passage of time had rendered him useless, his masters choose to drive about in a motor car. This is what saddens the poor horse, as he had grown old and unfit. His master was ignoring him, and he recalls his pleasant past and the time he had his master spent together. So in this stanza he is recalling his memory when his master was fond of him, and he was very conscious about his hairs and his other kind of responsibilities. But now the time has gone, and he has now older in age, and he is not able to perform, or he is not able to fulfill the requirements of his master. So he is abandoned by his master, and he is not being utilized by his master. Stanza number 3. Once in a while, when a considerate person happens to pass by, notices the weary horse resting his head on the topmost bar of the fence, the person takes pity on the horse and speaks a kind word or two, soothing the horse's agony. The person touches his mane or the sagging coat. The horse lets out a sigh, for he does not mind this act of kindness, just like he does not mind others' indifference. The last stanza, stanza number 4. As the reader moves toward the end of the poem, the poet asks the reader to stop for a little while. If she or he happens to pass by the field where the old brown horse stands and speak a few affectionate words, the poet remarks that the horse was once as young and lively as the person. The horse would love the generous touch of a person's young hands, and would be much grateful for the kind concern shown to a horse who had had his day. And this stanza, the poet is advising us that if we passes by the old abandoned horse, we must talk to him, we must speak to him, we must show some concern to him, so that he could feel happy, or he could feel some kind of relief in his agony, in his loneliness, so that he could also enjoy his day as he used to enjoy his life in his young age. The poet wants the overall. If I summarize the message of the poet through the poem, that would be that the poet wants us to show some concern and sympathy towards the aged and retiring of our family and in our surroundings. It could be the animal or it could be the human as well, because both have emotions and both have the attachment. We also get attached to our pets, and as in the same way as we get attached to our elderly members of the family, as they have lived an energetic and dominating life in their young age. However, in the later ages they are not that dependable. Therefore they are left alone, which saddens them and let them roam in their past, which hurts them badly. It is basically picturizing the life of the old old man or woman in the society, that how they live their life after having the part of a young and energetic part of their life spent with the others in the society or in the family. So this was today's poem. You are advised to read the poem from the book as well, and listen this lecture, and the question answers will be also sent to you, and do the work accordingly. Thank you so much.